today we are looking at the Far Cry Primal trailer. And what is this? Oh my life, it's a woolly mammoth. Okay, so there we go, straight off the bat, it is Primal. And if you're watching this trailer dry, then this moment here where it says Ubisoft would probably have given you a massive hint as to what is coming up. Now in these opening moments they set a very definite tone, which is drawing on a lot on the previous Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4, as they are showing very definite use of bows and crafting and other weapons. Now in another behind the scenes video Ubisoft put out, they talk about all the different kinds of weapons that they have records of. They don't know necessarily how they were made, because all that remains are the bone and the stone, so they've had to kind of improvise, and that's what they'll be using. Other shots here, so that massive open world, and you can be sure, again, this being a Far Cry game, that there will be big trees for you to climb to get the lay of the land. Most importantly, however, is the primal element, and that is what's being shown here with this hunting scene. This is the era of, let's get this right, it's the Mesolithic era, which is 1,200 years ago, and it's all this mega fauna. It is the big animals, the monsters, the time that mankind was alive with giants, and we are not the top of the food chain, as that saber-tooth right there shows you. You will have to work with your tribe to bring these down, and we can only hope that will also bring over into the multiplayer game. And here at the end comes a bit more of the tribal element. You don't know who is going to be friends, who is going to be enemies, and what the biggest danger is, people or animals. Now you see here you are with other people, so whether this is going to be a multiplayer aspect primarily, or draw more on that kind of Far Cry element where you're raiding the camps and you're bringing people in, we don't know yet. Obviously this has just been announced for release in February and March, but I'm hoping there'll be a lot of hunting and multiplayer elements like that. Whether it's outside the main game or in the main game, I don't know. The other thing to notice is that they are communicating in what seems to be full language. That's important because obviously it means there is going to be a proper single-player story. Now it sounds like from the developer diary that's currently up on the Ubisoft site, that the area that this is all set in is Oros, and it's a very savage, primitive land. But your character, I think, again, I was taking this from what was said, Dakar, and he is. He kind of arrives in this area of Oros kind of exhausted, and perhaps is adopted by this tribe. But again, this follows kind of the other Far Cry elements, so that would be taking that tonally. I don't know how much story they're really going to be able to weave in during this era, though. When you look at Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4, and the kind of the visceral nature of the enemies there, the main villains, I don't know what they're going to be able to, if they're going to be able to maintain that in this kind of primal Mesolithic era. I hope so, though, because those games were fantastic. Okay, that's it for our look at the Far Cry Primal reveal trailer. We'll be looking at more trailers coming up, but we are very excited to see that come out in February on console and PC in March.